Glow sausages and canned meats from those years are still with us today. In Chicago, it was said, the packers used every part of the pig but the squeal. The Glows did better. They used ingredients that had never been near our carcass. For generations of Americans, Glow sausages have been the glowworms, an affectionate nickname derived originally from their shape, the company public relations department has often explained.
We salute the fine range of food produced by Glow Food and Beverage for over 80 years.
Breakfast food,
Corn tassel,
late barley,
health foods,
liver extracts,
mineral laxatives.
a whole new ball game to greet the 20th century, launched by James Glow Jr.
These nutritious foods owed much to an economical range of vegetable products, intelligently processed and flavored, that went originally into the sausages. These included oatmeal, cornmeal, cottonseed meal, wheat bran, and it was said, although never admitted, freshly milled sawdust. The greatest of all was Ugol.
The ingredients of Ugol remain a secret to this day.
It's the oil with 1,000 uses, praised from that very day in 1921, when America first bought Ugol.
Wonder product, just one oil for all. Sunburn, crack, face salad, the name is Ugol.
James Glow Jr., by now in his late 60s, was assertive, autocratic, jealous of his power. He was very, very angry with Roosevelt. And he was once carried out of his plant by a policeman for resisting a government order on collective bargaining. As might be expected, he was unwilling to relinquish the reins.
But there was light at the end of the tunnel.
A brighter fortune ahead.
Ujola!
In 1932, the company bought the trade name and syrup formula for what was to become Ujola,
The soft drink that gives you the lip.
This could have caused trouble. The beverage owed much of its popularity to its highly addictive qualities. Cocaine, it is now known. So, acting out of his deep religious convictions and seeing the handwriting of government regulation on the wall, James Glow Jr. eventually dropped the drug. But by then, the beverage was well established. For Glow Industries, as for many other firms, World War II was a time of great demand, great expansion, new horizons.
GIs march on C&K rations from Glow Industries.
Let's all, that's the attack. Let's stand by the ones who are man of the guns and pushing the foe on back. Let's all be good soldiers and back the attack.
The soldiers consumed, this time with no noticeable peristaltic or other intestinal effects. More important, Glow Industries was persuaded by an army in need of managerial talent to take on a shell loading plant in downstate Illinois. It also organized logistics support for quartermaster's food operations in the European Theater of Operations, the ETO. Thus, the wider horizons.
The way was paved for Harold McBean.
In 1952, Harold McBean took control of the corporation.
A philosophy of growth, constructive acquisitions, the American opportunity abroad, professional management, a partnership in government, responsibility for national security, sound labor management relations, profit with service, technology at the demand of the consumer, the nation's host, nutrition for a free people.
All these phrases are associated with the era of McBean. and the talented young team that he brought with him to the company from the Pentagon and the Harvard Graduate School of Business Administration. It was time also for a name that did justice to the new horizons.
Glow. Glow Industries, Glow Packaging, Glow. Global. Global Industries. Global Enterprises. Unified. Unified Global Enterprises. U-G-E. U-G-E.
The 50s and 60s were the golden years of UGE. This was the New York headquarters. The dominant theme of every age is reflected in the grandest of its structures. Religion in the Middle Ages in the cathedrals, the emerging nation-state in Versailles, the Industrial Revolution in the railroad stations, and the modern corporation in the skyscrapers.
That building is our signature. It spells one word in the sky. Huge.
Only the H is silent, McBean liked to say. McBean was the first of the professional managers. Arthur Francis Glow, the only male heir, after a brief experience in the company, had retired to California. His father had been called the last Glow. AF was called the afterglow. James Glow, on his death, had established the Glow Foundation for advancement of economic and political education and the essential principles of free enterprise. Much of the stock of the company went into the foundation. Arthur Francis sold more to cover the losses from his resort in the Caribbean, to pay alimony and property settlements to his two former wives, and for his own Institute of Erotic Art, a field in which he will be remembered as a pioneer in aesthetic achievement. By 1969, with the Glows gone, the corporation was 7th on the fortune list of the 500 largest American industrials. In the annual report in that year, UGE noted that it had sales offices in 62 countries, substantial manufacturing or bottling operations in 54 countries. McBean had done well, very well.
Your management now directs a closely articulated, internally reinforced, highly dynamic enterprise, which responds well to the capabilities inherent in modern managerial methodology and systems. Well, thank you, Mr. Woods.
Harold McBean left UGE in 1969 to become Deputy Secretary of Defense. Company earnings, reflecting the favorable effects from the consolidation and revaluation of intercorporate holdings and other creative accounting, had reflected their 16th straight annual gain. The stock was at its all-time high. Since the Glow family had by now sold most of their interest and new stock issues had paid for the acquisitions, no individual now owned as much as 1% of the UGE voting stock. So where does the power lie? Traditionally in an American company with the board of directors. The members of the board are the voice of the owners, the stockholders. For UGE, the ultimate authority. This, too, is part of the myth. The average age is now 67. They meet for 2 hours every 2 months and ratify decisions that have already been taken and which several do not understand. None has ever opposed management on any matter of importance. To their ranks have recently been added a black clergyman, a consumer advocate, and a socially